Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. I'm your English teacher Zia. I hope that you're doing well. I welcome you to English grade 8 video lessons. My dear learners, today we are going to cover an SLO from our competency of grammar. This is our lecture number 2 and we are going to talk about different types of sentences. This is what is in our students learning outcome. As you can see over here, let's read our SLO to see what we are supposed to do and how we can achieve it by the end of our lesson. So our students learning outcome for today is distinguish and write 4 types of sentences, and they are declarative, exclamatory, interrogative and imperative. Now, we know that sentences have different purposes, they are of different types. We are going to see these 4 types in today's video lesson. Let's go through them one by one. Now here you can see is a vertical linkage of this grade's SLO linked with the previous grade's SLO, and in that you also talked about the same kind of SLO where you learned 4 types of sentences. Now we are going to see them again with more interesting examples and to make it more relatable. Now, before we begin our lesson, as you know, we do a very quick short brainstorming session. So for today's brainstorming session, we have a very quick prompt that how would you tell your friends about your favorite hobby? Now, we all have different hobbies. You may also have one. So when you're describing your favorite hobby, how do you formulate your sentences, whether you're writing them or just speaking them out? So talk about your favorite hobby and see that how your sentences are either they are different or of the same kind. Now pause the video, do this brainstorming activity so that we can move on to our topic, which is about types of sentences. Now we know that sentence gives us a complete thought. A sentence is always complete in its sense and it is ended with your full stop punctuation mark. Now let's look at different types of sentences. First, we have a declarative or assertive sentence. Now for declarative sentence, you know that it is for declaring something, and assertive sentence is when you are asserting a strong opinion and you're asserting your idea or your opinion. So a declarative or assertive sentence is a sentence that states a fact. Such sentences are simple statements. So when we are making statements, we are actually using the declarative or assertive sentence. What do? Is that they state, assert or declare something. For example, the capital of France is Paris. Now, this is a fact and this is a declarative sentence. More examples are mobile phones make our lives easier. Now this is making a statement. This is positive and simple. Another example can be mobile phone addiction makes us unable to perform our daily activities. Now this is an opinion. Another person can differ from it, but this also falls under our assertive sentence. Now, when we have declarative sentences that have a negative meaning, we call them negative sentences. And negative sentences are the opposite of affirmative and positive sentences. For example, mobile phones do not make our lives easier. This is a negative sentence because we use the word not over here. So this is also our declarative or assertive sentence, but with a negation and in the negative form. So whenever you're trying to state a fact, like the sun rises from the east or declaring a strong opinion, any fact, or making a strong statement that you believe in, all of these sentences fall under the declarative sentence or assertive sentences. When you are announcing something or when you are holding on to an opinion about anything, all these kind of sentences in the positive form and can also be in the negative form, they are your declarative or assertive sentences. Now, next one is our another type of sentence called imperative sentence. And an imperative sentence is a sentence which gives a command, makes a request, or expresses a wish. So we can see three functions over here: give command, make a request, or if you want to express your wish for something that you want or something that you want the things should be. For example, give my point of view enough space in your daily newspaper. Now, this is a request. It can also be called expressing a wish. And there can be negative imperative sentences that tell the reader or listener to not do something. So the examples are: don't touch the thermostat, never judge someone before knowing their story, or stop making that noise. So you can see a little negation, a negative touch in these sentences with don't, never, and asking somebody to stop. So in the last one, you can see stop making that noise. It is actually a command that somebody is giving to someone to stop doing that. And if you are making requests, you usually use the word please before that, so that, like, please bring me a glass of water. This is also your imperative sentence. Or when you are wishing something, like, I wish I could go to my home, or something like that. So your wishes, your requests, any command, all these fall under the imperative sentence. Now, moving on to another kind of sentence, another type of sentence that we need to know, and we use all of them in our daily lives, whether we are speaking or writing something, when we are telling others about something that we believe in, or in interrogative sentence case, we interrogate, we ask by using the questions. So we interrogate. So such sentences ending with the question mark, all of them are your interrogative sentences. A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. For example, this addiction makes us unable to perform our daily activities, right? Or, can you kindly give my point of view enough space in your daily newspaper? So both these sentences are actually requiring an answer from the listener or the reader. We can identify it by seeing the question mark at the end. This punctuation mark always tells you that any sentence is in the form of interrogative sentence. All of your questions that you answer in your exams, or when you are interrogating or asking somebody something, or whether you are in the interview, all these sentences that is requiring something about you and inquiring some things, all of them are interrogative sentences. Now, before moving on to the classroom activity, I would like to tell you that your interrogative sentences can also be in the positive form and also in the negative form with the word not or other kind of negative words in that. So you can see all these different type of sentences can be positive or negative. And after learning about all these four types, here is your classroom activity that you need to solve, and you have to choose the type of sentence shown in each question. For example, stop. I'm tired of your excuses. Now, is it exclamatory, interrogative, declarative, or imperative? I think this was yet to be done. Exclamatory sentence. Now, the exclamatory sentences are ended with your exclamation mark. It shows your sudden emotion, your strong feeling that you have. For example, the expresses which that you have sudden and strong feelings, such as when you are surprised, wonder, pity, sympathy, happiness, or if you are showing gratitude or thanking somebody. For example, when cell phones use becomes an addiction, it causes stress. Now, this is a very strong opinion, a very strong feeling somebody has about the use of cell phone. Or another example is saying thanks. So when you are showing your gratitude towards somebody, you are actually having a strong feeling and emotion, and it is followed by your exclamatory mark at the end when you are writing it. It's like saying thank you with a sudden surprise or strong emotion. Or you can say, what a catch. This is also ending with your exclamatory mark. So all these kind of sentences that you have with strong emotions and feelings, all of them are your exclamatory sentences. You would be surprised, or you're wondering that how could that happen. If something happened out of the blue, you would say, wow. And this is also your exclamatory sentence, and it is followed by the exclamation mark. So we are done with all our 4 types of sentences. You can now solve these classroom activity by yourself, identifying the different type of sentence. And here is your simulation video that you can watch later on to learn more about different types of sentences, how do they work in your daily life in oral and written communication, and how you can easily go around with them without making any mistake. You can watch it later on after this video lesson. Now, you can solve this another activity where you have to work in pairs, and one partner or one peer will write a few sentences including all these 4 types that we have learned, and other has to identify type of each sentence. Both peers will switch roles and do the same again. Now, this is your worksheet attached where you have to identify the given sentences, whether they are falling in imperative, declarative, exclamatory, or interrogative sentence. For your homework, you have to make 5 sentences of each type of sentences that we learned. You can make more than that if you like, but at least 5 sentences should be made in order to clarify this whole concept and make you understand each type of sentence clearly. At the end, all these resources like worksheet, presentation, skill sheet, question bank, and your lesson plan, all these are attached in the description of the video. You can access them easily whenever you like. At the end, I would like to thank you for listening. I hope that we have achieved our students' learning outcome of learning about the 4 different types of sentences. I'll see you in the next video lesson. Allah Hafiz.